We're going to look at the basic blues, a 12-bar blues in the key of A. We're going to start off with a riff something like this. Then we're going to add on later a Texas blues, something more like this. And then we're going to cross over to some old school rock and roll. All which actually are based on the 12-bar blues progression, and in this particular study the key of A, because we had to pick a key. Okay. Now first of all, please make sure you do have the PDF file with you, because we need the tabs and references for it. And maybe get a pen and paper or look at the top of it, and you'll see there at the first page it says you're going to have 4 bars of A. In other words, 4 times you're going to do this. This is once. That's 1 bar of A, because you're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you're going to change to D, and we're going to progress. But before I go further, let's learn the first riff. So we're going to zoom in onto our fretting hand. First of all, you'll notice my fingers are numbered, finger 1, middle finger 2, which we're not going to use for this riff, for the first part. Ring finger number 3 and pinkies number 4. And we're going to start off with the 0, 2, which you can see on the top left-hand corner of your PDF on the very first exercise 1. And first finger on fret 2, string number 4. You're going to be plucking strings 5, which is the open, as well as string 4, which is the fretted at the second. And it should sound like that. Now I'm just going to quickly show you the strumming technique. You can see up close over here, I've got my palm really close to the saddle. So my strings have got almost a hint of dampening or muting. And you can see there's the 5th string that's opened, should sound like that. And there's the 4th string at fret 2, should sound like that. And together, should sound like that. Okay, back to our fretting hand. First of all, the concept or the pattern, the numbers, the sequence of the numbers are actually quite straightforward. You're going from fret number 2, this is fret number 2, you can see it clearly now. Then your ring finger goes to number 4, which will sound like this. And then your pinky eventually is going to go to number 5, that's your 5th fret over there, the pinky's in. It's going to sound like that. And the rhythm sequence of the frets are going to sound like this. 2, 2, 4, 4, 5, 5, 4, 4. And I'm counting out the fret numbers, not the finger numbers, obviously, because there's no finger 5. Okay, and the cool thing with the blues is you can take it any speed, something like this. So whatever speed you enjoy, you go for. That's the cool thing with blues. Now, we need to play this phrase or riff, whatever you prefer to call it, 4 times in a row. So play it along 4 times with me now, and then stop. Are you ready? 2 and 3 and 4 and second time, third time, 4th time. And notice you're stopping on the 4, you're stopping on the 3. You don't go back to the 2nd fret with the 1st finger. But once you've done it 4 times like you just have, everything that you do there simply comes down 1 string. Now on the PDF, all the A-based riff, because this that you just played implies the chord A. You're not going to play an A and do this, because that sounds nothing like the blues. You imply the chord by using the phrase. Now when you go to the next one, which is in brown, you simply move down a string. So this is your D, that's your A, D. And when you cross over with the strings now, you're also going to have to cross over with your picking hand. So when you play the A, you're playing 5 and 4. When you're playing the D, you're playing 4 and 3. So here's your D riff now, twice in a row. Simple as that. After that, you go back to the A, so you're back to here, upper string. Notice that both hands, left and right, fretting and picking, move in unison as they go across. A riff, D riff. Okay, so you've done 4 A's, 2 D's, then 2 more A's. After this, you now move up another string and you get the green tab, the bar there, which will be the beginning of the third line, and that's in green, and it's your E riff. And all that happens again is because your fretting hand went up one string, my picking hand must obviously go up one string to play strings 6 and 5 as well. So what I'm hoping you're learning over here is that the pattern, in other words the fret sequence, the whole 2, 4, 5, 4, that fret sequence is the same, just played on different pairs of strings. Now I'm going to play it through once the whole way through for you. You can follow it through in the tab, and it'd be pretty cool if you play it along with me. And if you get stuck, drop me a WhatsApp. I'll be happy to help you out. But you should have enough now to actually play it through along with me. Here we go. And are we ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and A. Second time. Third time. Fourth time. And B. First time. Second time. Back to A. And second time. Green E coming up now. 2 strings down to D. Finish on E, and that's your 12 bar basic blues in the key of A. Now next up we're going to look at your more of a sort of Texas blues style that we spoke about, this riff here, and this actually sounds pretty kick-ass if you give a bit of overdrive as well, something like this. So if you're playing electric and you want to get more of a slightly up-tempo, aggressive sound, try a bit of distortion, but on clear sound, sounds pretty cool. Gives you almost like a cross between ZZ Top and a bit of Stevie Ray Vaughan, if you think about it. Nice bright twangy sound, nice and happier sound to the blues. And let's stop talking and learn the basic riff. So we're going to focus onto our fretting hand for the second exercise. We're starting at fret number 5. There's my 5th fret, top 6th string. Play it twice in a row. Then I like taking the ring finger or the pinky. Actually, it depends on my mood, I guess. So I don't really mind which finger you use, 3 or 4, but do not use 2. Okay. So it's ring or pinky, and place it flat across strings 4 and 3 in the 7th fret. Those 2 strings should sound like this. From there, you cross over to the same 2 strings, still strings 4 and 3, but fret number 5. So 4th string, 3rd string. So if you take it through from the beginning so far, we're going to have this in slow motion. 5, 5, double 7, double 5. One more time from a different angle. And then if you want to add some vibrato, that always sounds cool. Okay. Next up, you've got 3 more single notes. It's number 7 on the 5th string. 5 on the 4th string, and 7 on the 4th string too. And listen for the timing. And if you put the whole thing together and include your picking hand as well, we'd end up with something like this. And the last one there, I actually got my pinky moving inside there. Like I said, I'm not too phased if you favor your ring finger or your pinky for the double 7. That would be implying your A riff. Now, unlike the first one that went like this, you just did at the beginning, there put a bit of a slide, don't worry about that. Instead of moving down a string, we're now going to move across the neck. So I'm going to zoom out, and you can see here we're starting at fret 5. We're going to play it through 4 times, because remember the sequence we spoke of, 4 A's, and we're going to go to fret 10, because that's where D is. Now if you know your bar chords or power chords, you'll know that this note is D. Okay, so you're going to take your 4 A's, pretend there's 4 of those, jump up to fret 10 and do 2 bars of that. Okay, then from there the 2 D's, you're going to go back to A, this time do 2 of them, but the structure's the same, 4 A's, 2 D's, 2 A's, then all the way to fret number 12, fret number 10, and fret number 5, and then back to number 12. And you can do little cool cool slides. Little slide there. Things like that you can add into the piece at any time that you like. So if you find yourself adding something that sounds cool, keep it. Okay. And we're going to play the whole way through the progression now, Texas Blues style, starting with the 4 A's. Are you ready? 2 and 3 and 4 and second, third time, fourth time, off to D, fret 10, back to A, fret 12 for E, fret 10 for the E, back to fret 5, and you end at number 12 again for the E riff. And that's your Texas Blues structure. Last up, we can look at the little rock and roll one. And I'm going to zoom in nice and close to that first of all. And again, A riff, we're going to do a D riff from fret 10 and an E riff from fret 12. But let's first learn the riff, learn the sequence. It's going to get fret number 5 on the bottom 2 strings, string 2, string 1. Play it twice. Go to the 3rd string, 7, 5, 6. Those are your fret numbers. 7, 5, 6. And you've got those numbers on the tab. And finish at number 7 on the 4th string. And that's your A riff. And now we're going to zoom out. And this concept, this particular riff's concept or application, if you rather call it that, is going to follow in the same sequence. In other words, 4 A's, 2 D's, 2 A's, 1 E, 1 D, 1 A, 1 E. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and now I did add an extra note or 2 in passing, just jamming with it, because the whole trick with blues is it doesn't have to be rigid. You can have fun with it. It's part improvisation, part creativity, part sort of playing on the wing as you're going through that. And the last thing that I want to do, not to tie up over here, is I want to show you how you can take this one, and join them. Check this out, slow motion. Riff 1, exercise 2, back to riff 1. And D, big jump coming up. Nice big jumps. And then maybe if you wanted to, you can go from there to the 12 up here. Start jamming. Okay, so the whole cool thing with this that I hope you're learning is, first of all, you've learned 3 basic sort of ways to play the blues. You've learned the traditional, if you want to call it that, traditional style of blues, bit of a Texas style, and you've learned a bit of a rock and roll. And we've also learned that you can combine them, like the rock and roll one quickly. If you change the rhythm, check this out. So you can really have fun with this and enjoy it. And then lastly, if you add in your mind a pentatonic scale, which I've got videos on, you can look for them. If you learn that scale, like I said, the videos are on my channel, you can do this. And you can literally play for hours and have so much fun with some very raw basics. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to drop me a WhatsApp. Have an awesome week and have fun.